Hi, I'm Pykno, and today we'll be taking a look at the plugin database in FL Studio 12 Beta. The plugin database has gone through a lot of changes, and things ain't what they used to be. Now, I know there's a lot of faff about that on the FL forum, but I don't mind it too much, to be quite honest. So, the first thing you'll notice is that the plugins, how you add plugins, has been changed. So you'll see categorized plugins here. Now you get these categories by when you're installing FL Studio. One of the settings you can customize is whether you want the plugins to be pre-categorized or installed flat. Now flat basically takes away all the categories, and you're left with like all the plugins in these little sub sections like that, all just in one big list. And I suggest that you don't do that because it's a bit of a mess. Anywho, so what we're going to do is add a plugin to the plugin database. Just because we'll add massive. So you go to your plugin database, you'll notice that under the generators you've got a bunch of shortcuts. Now these actually, this from the root of generators and effects actually is the same folders as what you see in the plugin picker. The shortcut for that is F8. So if you hit F8, that's what you get. So under synthesizers, you'll see there's no subsections. There's just the synthesizers listed out, which actually occur in the subsection. So for instance, if we go to generators, synthesizers, FM, there's my Nemesis and there's my Citrus. So if we F8 again, synthesizers, there's my Nemesis, there's Citrus, and everything else that's also stuck under there. So what we're going to do is we're just quickly going to add a massive to the favorites. So what we essentially want at the end of the day is by going to generators, synthesizers, we'll have a massive there, or alternatively right click, insert or replace. There should be a subsection wavetable here, and then a massive to the side. That's real easy to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is under synthesizers, so highlight that, right click, open, add a new folder, wavetable, and you'll see it actually automatically backs up. I don't know how the browser is configured, or if you can change that, or if that's just the way it is, whether it's like a live update. Either way, pops up by itself, so that's quite cool. Now what you do is you go to installed generators, VSTs, and massive, add it to the channel rack first. So you add it, collapse structure. This collapse structure, by the way, is going to be very handy in the long run, I think, if you're using the plugin database in the browser, just because it simply kind of folds everything up again. Then you go to generators, synthesizers, wavetable. So click on it so it highlights. You go to this little triangle up the top of your massive VST. You add to plugin database. Click. This plugin will be added to the wavetable subsection. That's what we want. Click OK, and then it adds it to the wavetable subsection. And it also automatically creates a little thumbnail, which is quite cool. Now, obviously, in all of these subsections, if you've installed with the categorized version of the plugin database, there's going to be a whole lot of stuff here that you may not actually use, like the Fruity Kick, for instance, I don't use, or Drum Kick Live. So we'll go to FM. I've added Nemesis there, and how you get rid of that is you just right click, delete file. Now that just deletes the shortcut from the plugin database. You'll see if you hit F8 again, synthesizers, Nemesis isn't there anymore. So we'll just go and add that again. We want to add it under FM. We go to installed, generators, VSTs, find Nemesis, there it is. Drag it in. Then we collapse structure again, database, generators, synthesizers, FM. We want to add it there. So you highlight FM, like you actually click on it, little triangle, add to plugin database, and it'll be added to FM. That's what we want. Job done. Fantastic. So I'm pretty sure I won't. I mean, the database was started in, I think, like FL10 or something along those lines. I've never been a fan of it. I've never used it. I may start to, depending on how difficult this thing turns out. But at the end of the day, I think the way I've been doing it, insert and then whatever the subsection is that you're after, that's still going to be the easiest way for me personally in any way, or possibly just database generators, synthesizers, or installed generators, VSTs. It feels like more clicks, and I'm sure it is, because you used to be able to go right click, replace, click more, because there used to be a more, and then it just spit out this whole list. Because of the fact that it's categorized now, it's easier to add more things to your favorites and still have them, kind of easy to get to and not cluttered, because you've got this kind of subsectioned folder system now showing up in this particular menu as well. So I'm not too fussed with that. I think it'll work fine in the long run. Anywho, thanks for watching, and hope to see you shortly for another FL Studio 12 beta tutorial video. Bye.